Hammers like West Ham taxman. You don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling black, going ham in West like Declan Rice.
Hammers like West Ham taxman. You don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling black, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Doing like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
Peekaboo. How did he do that? Oh gosh. 1 minute, my people. How did he do that? How did he do that? I'm like a magician. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United. And as you can see, welcome back to something quite unique. How does he do that? How does he do it? So, right, the purpose of this show was, I'm going to be honest with you, came up with this little concept concoction today. Well, you know what? I need to show this off. And then we're going to speak about the transfer window. Also, it gives me the opportunity to interact with you lot more so because Tuesday and Wednesday were the game shows and it's more about your answers rather than communicating. But, like I said, anybody that knows StreamYard, this will be mind-boggling to you. How did he do that? You see what it says there? Something a little different. Right, let me see who we've got. I need to put my headphones on. No, I don't. No one's in here with me. I do. So I can hear me. Right, let's see who we got in the building. I want to know what you lot think of this. How does he do it? How does he do that? I don't know. It's magic. Right, let me go to the chat. Right, so disabled. I can put it on screen. This is what I'm talking about. Friday night on Hammers Fans United. Everyone in the chat. Heaven. Big up disabled team. Always, always, always. Each and every day. Lawrence, my man. Hello, everyone from Auburn, Alabama. Watch out. Going where? Oh. Leave the door.
I was going to say, if you go downstairs.
No, I can't. Good evening, Lawrence. Been a long time. Nice. So, I'll say it again. Whoever's not familiar with StreamYard, this might not be that impressive to you. Anybody that knew StreamYard is going to be wondering, how the hell did he do that? Lawrence, it's good to have you in the house. It's been a long time. Nashi, as always. Hello, Corrance. Loving that brother tits. Disabled team. Yeah, I love this. I do actually love it because it's different. It's different. Squares and rectangles is easy. What about a circle? What about a circle with the image going through me? How does he do that? I'm excited, you lot. You know, it's very creative and I love it. Hey Keith, now look at this. Kieran. Tits, my man. No, you're my man. Look at Kieran. Yes, he's that side. I got it right. Look. Always is going to be on the screen. Right there. You see the mascot? That's Kieran. That's homage to Kieran. Right there. Harry Geezer. What does he say? Hi Titch. Bruv. Big up Nashi. Always. Boom. That is great. Thank you. Like I said, squares and rectangles is easy. And square is a word for boring. Hello, Kieran. Kieran in the house. So, yeah, you know, there is a lot to talk about in regards to what's going on in the transfer market. Not just at West Ham, just generally. I'm going to go through certain things. But I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I made this today and I thought, nah, I need to show this. I need to. Hi, brother Kieran, brother Lawrence. Boom, 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 boom. Whiskey talk in it, yeah. But yeah, thank you for you lot for tuning in. There's a lot of things to talk about, and I'm going to get straight onto one right now, and this is about the interaction with you lot in the chat. I've just seen that Newcastle are interested in Issa Diop. Now, I'm going to try and find out some more information, but thoughts on, would you let him go? Would you let him go in our current predicament? And if you were to let him go to Newcastle, how much would you... I think we paid 22 million for him. How much would you want in return for Issa Diop? Knowing that Newcastle have got money, knowing that they're quite desperate, so we could get, top dollar. What would you think would be a suitable price for Issa Diop in the January transfer window? I'm going to read up now what the details may or may not be, and I'm going to keep up with the chat. Let's see. Issa Diop. I saw this on Hammer's chat, just, as their thumbnail. So that's when I actually saw this information. Okay. No. Newcastle prepare 10 million Issa Diop transfer bid as Eddie Howe continues to splash cash after Kieran Trippier. 10 million. 10 million. Right, so now you lot know the figure. What are we saying to that? I don't want to read too much. So you paid 12 million for Kieran Trippier, he's like 32. And now you want to pay 10 million for a 24, 25-year-old centre-back? Nah, I need to know what you lot are saying about this. Cheeky blighters. Junior says, oh, big up Junior. And, I'm glad you're tuning in. Junior, what do you think of your dad's, the homage paid to your dad in the mascot? I would not let him go now with our lack of depth in the defence. All right, sorry, let me put this up. Lawrence, £10 million is reported that they're going to offer for Issa Diop. We paid 22 million for him. He's still very, very young. He's 25, I believe. 10 million, Newcastle. If West Ham ever sold him for that type of money, nah. He hasn't been... The first season, he was tremendous for us, and he hasn't lived up to that. But in this day and age, 10 million is like peanuts. And they spent 12 mil on Kieran Trippier. So they're having a laugh if that's what they think is going to prize him away from West Ham. Junior spot on geezer, really. Yeah, like I said, that's all about respect. It's sometimes impossible to, but yeah, there was an opportunity. I was like, yep, it all ties in. And now look, all the streams, you're going to see Kieran. Yeah, what do you lot think of that? I'll move on. I'm not going to spend too long on this. But yeah, 10 million for Issa Diop from Newcastle. What do you think about that? Well, I'll show you the magic. How does he do it? How? Right, so going back to Trippier, I was going to mention him because I saw the headline said, this was earlier before I left, the headline said, Kieran Trippier says he hasn't joined Newcastle because of the money. You know what? I believe him. I believe that he's gone there because, they haven't won a trophy in 129 years. And, yeah, with the squad they've got, he's gone there to win trophies. I don't believe he's gone there for the money. Kieran. Not this Kieran. That Kieran. Kieran, your nose will grow. Well, let me try and get that headline. I'm thinking come on, mate, just say. Right. He's the first signing of the new Saudi regime, blah, blah, blah. Where has it gone? Okay, right here. Trippier, people say it's about money. They're entitled to their opinion. What do you lot think in the comments? Is it a money move? I know that's a rhetorical question, but, Kieran Trippier says it wasn't for the money. It's not about my family are most important. I wanted a project and a challenge. I'm brave. I don't see this as a risk. I've got my reasons. I know them, and money isn't one of them. I'm excited. Bear in mind that I know Manchester United was interested in him. And the money would have been close to what Newcastle's paying you anyway. So it clearly is about the money, in my humble opinion. Let's get to the comments. Boom. Rumours only. Wait till he signs on the line before you can believe me. Titch, bro. Who? Trippier signed for them. Oh, you're talking about Diop, I think. Yeah, you must be talking about Diop. I don't know what happened there. I have to say it does look like Rather Kieran. It does. Right. Diop isn't going nowhere, even 25 mil. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I, you know, like I said, on YouTube, on my feed, Hammers Chats, I put out a video and it said Newcastle after Issa Diop. And I hadn't seen that in the Sky Sports app that I was going to use to, you know, for this show. And then I just assumed, you know, 25, 30 mil or whatever. 10 million. They can get his left leg for 10 mil. Big up my friend Lee Statham in the house. Big up Lee. And if you're not aware, Lee actually has his own channel as well. You know, there's a disabled team, but Lee has his own channel as well, which, you know, I only learned of recently. So you know what to do. Go and subscribe to Lee. Lee's the main man. Evening Lee Statham from Nashi Boy. Hey Lee from Lawrence. Oh, Diop. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. His legs were a bit short, Stu. His legs were a bit short. Nah, Kieran, mate. It's all in proportion. Brother Kieran. That is not Kieran. He does not wear. Oh. That is Kieran. He does not wear long socks. That's Kieran. Loving the back screen, Titch. Thank you, Nashi. I'm happy with this. And like the reason why I'm happy is because, you know, it's nothing like, but it's the fact that it's circular. And like I said, some people, I know Stuart should be looking at this thinking, how the hell did he do that? Because Stuart uses, you know, StreamYard. How the hell did he do that? If Charlie Walsh was here, he'd be thinking, how the hell did he do that? Lawrence Nashi, young Lee, my man. Yes, Lee is the man. Just got to get his college work done. Right, so you know what? Let me give you a fun fact, yeah. At 38 years old, a legend in the game, he made his second debut for Barcelona last night. That was Dani Alves. 38 years old, he's made his second debut. You know, some people might not even realise that he's still playing, and some people might not realise that he's gone back there. But yeah, I think it was last night in the Copa del Rey, he made his second debut at 38 years old. How many people make a debut at 38? Normally it'd be like a keeper that's been sort of brought in last minute because the team's, there's an emergency and, you know, we've got to sign a goalie or whatever. But yeah, Dani Alves, credit to him, man. Seriously, what a player. Hammerhead, big up my brother. And he says, yes, Titchy, big up my brother. Yep. Thank you, as always, for joining. It's sweet, Titch, or is it lit? It's sweet, Titch, or is it lit? I don't get that. Sorry. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I'm quick, sharp, and sometimes I'm a bit slow. But if you're talking about this is magic. That's all I can say. It's just magic. Just magic. John, Andrew, Titch, I missed you. Big up, John. Thank you for tuning in as well, my friend. We missed you on the game show. You done well on the first, I think it's initial thoughts. Yeah, so we missed you last week, whatever. What up, Hammerhead? Yes, Lawrence. We like Titch having shows on the weekends, my man. I'm here, and I'm glad Lawrence could join because, yeah, like I said, I haven't seen or heard from Lawrence. You know, an email, yes, but I'm saying like, yeah. So I'm glad Lawrence is in the house, and Kieran, obviously. Hammerhead House Tricks, all of you lot. Hammerhead House Tricks, disabled team. Alves has warned the players Alves has warned. Okay, let me put it on. Alves has warned the players he's there to win to Brother Titch. Who's that? Sorry. Oh, Alves. Dani Alves. Yeah. Exactly. Smash that like button, people. It's free. Thank you, Hammerhead. Thank you. Right, so before I get to the rest of the comments, if I remove Hammerhead's comment, so you can see down here, I've put the Twitch logo because I signed up to Twitch last night for Hammers Fans United. Haven't used it before. I don't even know how it works. Cam does. And yeah, so Instagram and then obviously YouTube. But yeah, like I've signed up to a Twitch because when we do stream, we can stream to Twitch as well as YouTube. And, you know, Cam's telling me stuff about Twitch that I didn't even know. Like, you can have, there's a lot of incentives and stuff like that. So, you know, I said I'm going to take this more seriously. Then I went back since I made that statement, and a lot's gone on. A lot of growth, a lot of you know, new stuff like this. So yeah, you're not going to see me. Smashed up. Thank you, Hammerhead. Kieran said, I had a debut on here and I'm 60. Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, I don't know a lot of the other people and their history, but, you know, with Kieran's history as a West Ham fan, where he grew up and all of that, you know, I feel that, he needed to, you know, and, you know, like I said, it worked out perfectly for me, but yeah, I'm like honoured to have him as the mascot. Oh, and, you know, I've looked into merchandise and stuff, but not for, you know, realistically, it's not really a money thing, because money, you'd have to sell in mass amount. It wouldn't be that. It's just like, you know, I would try and source the cheapest option, give it to you lot at the, you know, cost price apart from delivery, and just so that, you know, you might have a Harry Geezer in your house, you might have a, you know, the t-shirt or the mug or whatever. So yeah, things like that. It's just trying to source how you can get it at, you know, at the cheapest price, and then just getting Hammers Fans United stuff, you know, in your house. But I think, the Harry Geezer, he's going to be on everything. That's another thing. So yeah, Kieran's going to be everywhere. What did he say? I was coming home on a train and the train was rubbish. Okay, Keith Tricks, your back screen tits down with the kids, lit or sweet, whatever they say. Oh, it's lit. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you said, is it lit or is it sweet? So yeah, you're saying it's lit. Yeah, but you know what the thing is? The only back screen is in this circle. Everything else is just an overlay, but it's magic. Right, let's get back to Lawrence. I love Kieran's history knowledge of West Ham. Yeah, and remember, Kieran was going to games, you know, when football fans was looked down upon, and, you know, all of this stuff, and, you know, English teams getting kicked out of Europe for 5 years. Well, that was because of Liverpool fans, actually. But, there was a lot going on when Kieran was, you know, part of, you know, travelling around the country to support West Ham. So, yeah. Who else could be the mascot? Only Kieran. Right, so let me go back to another story. This is just, this is all like, you know, random stories, blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. Mike Ashley is preparing a 50 million Derby takeover bid. So, you know, Newcastle fans they didn't want him there. He probably outstayed his welcome. And I thought once he was out of, you know, football, then he's going to other business ventures. But it seems like he's seen an opportunity at Derby, and apparently from the bit of the article I read, his 50 million bid is higher than, you know, the consortium that had tried to put in a bid previously. So, you know, he's outbidded the top bidder basically. So he's looking to come straight back in, and he might not have money to spend for the Premier League, but, you know, he might be able to do something for Derby, and right about now they need some help. So yeah, right, this is a big story. Philip Coutinho has joined Aston Villa, and before we speak about that, I've since read that they are also trying to sign Yez Bissouma, I don't know how you say his first name, from Brighton, who's I think is a great midfielder. So, and he's only got 18 months of his contract left, so, and I think they're looking at like 25 mil. So, you know, Villa were smart in bringing Gerrard to the club, because Gerrard's got that pulling power, and, you know, clearly there's no way Coutinho goes to Villa if Gerrard is not the manager. And, you know, for whatever reason at Barcelona, like, it hasn't quite worked out, but his stats are not that bad. And if you remember his time in the Premier League with Liverpool, he was, you know, world class. So yeah, it's a bit, for me, it's a bit worrying that, you know, I know Aston Villa's got money anyway. They spent a lot, then they sold Grealish for 100. They reinvested that, but now look, they've got Coutinho on loan, I think, with the option to buy, and now they're trying to get Bissouma as well. So, and I said about a month ago that, you know, if and when we sell Rice, I would want to see Bissouma come in and other players. But yeah, he was one that I would like to bring into West Ham. So yeah, what is you lot's thoughts on, you know, Aston Villa's spending power and now maybe the pulling power of Steven Gerrard. Like, are we worried as West Ham fans as to, even if it's not this season, like going forward, are they gonna have a better chance of breaking into that top four than we do, with the way that they spend their money and whatnot? I also remember a quote from Villa saying, look, when they sold Grealish, before they sold him, they said, look, if we do sell him, then that sort of that, I can't remember the word I'm looking for. Basically, it just brings their project forward in the top four aspirations by selling him, because obviously they would reinvest the money. So they've got a plan, and they could be making moves, man. And they're only like, I think 6 points behind us at the minute, and maybe a game in hand. So let me get to the comments. Kieran's the man. Yes. Right, the Sabres team. It's a statement of intent by Villa, and a sign that Villa are backing their manager. Exactly. Emilio Buendia. He was the championship player of the season last year. They signed him from Norwich. Even though Norwich had come up, Villa still had the pulling power to, take him from them. 40 mil, I think, they spent on him. And he's starting to show signs that he's going to be a very good Premier League player. A little bit slow of a start, but I've seen him, he's getting back to his best. But yeah, you throw Coutinho into that, and then it's a whole new dynamic for Aston Villa. And you've got Gerrard there. And look, he went to Scotland with Rangers, and I think Celtic had won the league 10 years in a row, maybe 11. And he goes up there and he wins the league. And he probably would have won it again this season, but obviously he's left. But everybody says, like Celtic is Celtic or Rangers. It is, but Celtic were the dominant force until he went up there and he broke that stranglehold. So he's clearly good at what he does. And I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Carragher, who knows him. He said, look, Steven Gerrard is not coming to the Premier League to, finish in the top 10. That's not his ambition. So yeah, and they're a massive club, so yeah, I'm a bit worried about Aston Villa. I was anyway, as soon as they got him, and yeah. Right, let's see this. Villa, alright, boom, boom, boom. Okay, Max is here, 1 minute. Right, so, Max, you've got a channel, ain't you? I'm sure you've got a channel. Right, the Prem is turning into the most dominant league by far. The players that smaller or less big clubs are able to bring in just shows it, exactly. Right, if Max has got a channel, which I think he has, it's all love in this place, so you know what to do, man. Go and subscribe. Max, can you just clarify? I did ask this before, but yeah, let us know. Right, Southampton. Oh yeah, Southampton's new owners, West Ham new owners, Villa recently, Everton even, and of course Newcastle. Yeah, and going back to the Southampton new owners, they took over, I think, yesterday, and their philosophy is similar to, I think, Brentford, where they look at players that maybe not everybody else is looking at. They get the data on them and they get them in for cheap, and possibly, they move them on. And Southampton kind of already have been doing that, but they're going to have a model in place, and it's a project. So yeah, Southampton is making some moves as well. So it's exciting times in the Premier League. Hi Max, hope you were a friend. Villa trying to compete with West Ham, no chance. They will. I can see what's happening, unfortunately, but yeah. I like the fact that other teams, apart from the so-called, the six that wanted to break away and all of that, is that, Man United look a shambles, and other teams is now, and that's what I like about, I don't watch American football or basketball, but you don't really, I know you had the Bulls, you don't really get a team just dominate for years and years and years because of, the finances and the transfers and all of that, and that's what you want. Imagine like every season it was like a new winner, or as football fans, that would make the Premier League even better. It's not just the Premier League, you get your big guns in all the divisions, but imagine one day it was like you never know who's going to win the league. That's how it should be. Villa making a statement of intent with these signings. Top 6 will be their goal, definitely, and top 6 this season. Right, let me just go to the league table just to check something here. 1 minute. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in, as always. Right, so Aston Villa I've got 22 points from 19. West Ham, we've got 34. Let's say they win the game in hand. 25. Okay, no, we pulled away from them. They were like 6 points behind us, only a few games ago. So, yeah, we've pulled away. So, top 6 for them this season is still an option because they've only played half their games. But they would have to have, a much better second half. But they didn't have Gerrard for large parts of this season. I agree. Yeah, that is their goal. Stuart. Titch, do you have a team prediction for the weekend? Right, so, I went on the disabled team and we done a match preview. So, yeah, we can, and then I watched, Nashi done his one today. So, yeah, now that we're here, we can, people in the chat and find out, what you think the lineup will be, how you think Moyes will go, and kind of what do you want out of this game? Like I've said openly, right? If someone came to me now and said, look, there's the 3 points for West Ham in the league, Leeds go through, I'll take that. I don't want Moyes to play a strong squad at all. And I've said, I think last week, I think Kieran was on there, me, Kieran, Cams and the disabled team. And I said, if there's a game to rest Bowen, this is probably the only game we can rest him. We need, he's key to us, and that'll be Europa League, which is obviously in March, and the Premier League. And I feel that this is the only game that we can rest Jarrod Bowen. But I also feel that David Moyes is going to play him. Now Leeds have got crazy injuries. Like we've got injuries to our back line. We've just lost Ben Rama to the African Cup of Nations, but they've got injuries all over the pitch. Like listening in, and I'm not too familiar with all of the players, but their fans don't even know how to pick a team. Like they don't even know who's going to be available. And then I think that Gelhart is out for 3 weeks, and they only found that out today on the live stream and all of that. So yeah, they're in a dilemma. And if Bielsa plays his strongest squad, then that's it's crazy on him, because let's say Rafinha gets injured, or I don't even know. Yeah, they haven't got. They're all injured already. So I don't think Moyes needs to go strong, especially as we've got bigger fish to fry. But I want to know what you lot think in the chat. Like Kieran, Hammerhead, Max even. I know it's not Arsenal, but what sort of team would you put out for West Ham? And now that, Nashi and the disabled team, and Lee, if he's still here, would you go as weak as possible as a Leeds United fan? Like literally the weakest team that you could get away with, where, the FA is not going to say, oh, no, you could, like, whatever, no problem, no trouble. Would you want to do that? Or would you want to mix it up with, Rafinha and 5 others, and then maybe some kids or whatever? Like, yeah, what would you want as Leeds fans, considering the predicament that you lot are in? And then West Ham fans, what sort of lineup would you want? And if you want to put the whole 11, that's good. Right, I'm going to go for my 11, right? I said this on the disabled team, and I remember what I said. I said Ariel in goal. I said the same back 4 that we played in the last Europa League game, which is obviously the kids. Ashby, Elise, Baptiste, and Longello. In midfield, I would play Crow, Noble, and Chesters. I don't know nothing about him. I've heard of his name. I know he plays in midfield. Chesters. I've heard that we've just called back Connor Coventry on loan from Peterborough. So if that's the case, then maybe him instead of Chesters. But that would be my 3. Then I would play Fornells on the left, only because he hasn't been playing in the league. Ryan Fredericks on the right, and Yarmolenko up top. That would be my team, because I'm trying to protect our players. And Leeds, if they go full strength with what they've got, they're crazy, because a couple injuries and yeah, that trapdoor is right about now they're okay, I think, and they'll be fine. But if you want to start risking your key players in this game, that's crazy. I think that's crazy. Well, let's see what people are saying. Yes, Wally. Hey, Titch and everyone. Big up, Wally World. Thank you for joining. Breaking news. Bielsa phoned me to play. Now, that's desperate. Where are you going to play? Centre-back or centre-forward, Nashi? I'll play a normal team. Had like a 10-day rest now. You know what it is, Hammerhead? I don't want us picking up injuries, and if I'm being honest, I can't see us winning the FA Cup. I think that you know, the Carabao Cup was there, but circumstances meant that Tottenham got extra break and they got a new manager and all of that stuff. And even then, I think we played decent in that game. So I might be being pessimistic, but I would much rather, you know, play this game, play well, and whatever happens, happens. And if we do go out, we've got Europa League and we've got the Premier League, and hopefully signings come in to, you know, strengthen our places in those two competitions, and then we can go and give the Europa League a proper go. Like literally, let's go for this. So yeah, you know, I'm not one of these people that normally says like, yeah, FA Cup. No, of course, but I can't see us winning it. And you know, if we get through tomorrow, I just don't want Sunday. I don't want us risking players like Bowen. Yeah, we ain't got the squad to be risking players, I don't think. Right, let's see. For me, all the under 23s, I'd say go for it, lads. So obviously, I understand why Leeds would want to, like, the Leeds fans that, you know, that I've been in communication with on the disabled team, they're not interested in this game. Like, you know, there was one guy today who was like, nope, he wanted him to go full strength, and, you know, he was saying, you know, imagine if we won the FA Cup. But everybody else was like, they weren't fussed about the FA Cup. Right, disabled team. The problem is we can't rest players because they are the only players available. Yeah, they're in a bad way. Arsenal TV. Arsenal in a bit of a midfield crisis right now. We only have one available senior player, which is Lokonga, who is available. Who's Arsenal playing in the FA Cup? I can check, but yeah, Max, who are they playing? I think we will play a team like Europa match with a Premier League match on Wednesday. That's another thing. Yeah, Lawrence, I was going to say, when is our... I know Leeds is it like a week apart, but we've got Norwich in between that. And that's a good point. We played Norwich on Wednesday, right? That's 3 days later. So Hammerhead, bearing that in mind, would you still play like full strength, knowing that we're playing Norwich on Wednesday? I think Moy's going to play like a half and half type team. I've got a feeling he's going to play Bowen, and I've got a feeling Bowen will score. I said 2-2, which would take it to extra time. I think Yarmolenko and Bowen's going to score the 2 goals for us. That's true, Stu. I agree. What's that, Worley? Defence. All right. Nashi's in defence for Leeds. Nashi, if you score a hat-trick of own goals, we'll all put a bet on it, and then we'll all split the winnings. Hey, Lawrence, hey, brother Wally, well, boom. Sorry. Right. Kieran says a second string team should be enough to win this. Leeds are decimated. The league game will be different. Yeah, exactly. It's true. And you know, obviously the managers are only going to have an hour to see what the actual team sheet is from the opposing team. But I can't imagine Bielsa putting out his strongest available team. That for me is mad. I know he's mad, but that's crazy. And then Moyes, it's a game of chess, because he might second guess and say, look, he's going to play, you know, a weakened team. I can play a weakened team, and all of a sudden Leeds are playing. Yeah, I don't know. Or you know what? Because you know what, Kieran, actually. So Moyes might go strong for the first half, just in case they go strong. But if they do play a bunch of kids, then maybe at half time he might change it around. Is it 3 or 5 subs in the FA Cup as well, people? Boom, 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 boom. We're playing Nottingham Forest, but we have 3 games in a week after. Liverpool twice and Spurs. Oh, no. Oh, because Liverpool's the cup game. And then that's a tough run. And Spurs. Right, Wally says, thank you, Wally. Wally says, Areola, Fredericks, Diop, Elise, I think that's Elise, Longhello, Krau, Noble, Fornells, Yarmo, Vlasic, Lanzini. And that's the thing is, you know, Vlasic, I think it's either going to be Fornells or Vlasic who takes Benrahma's place in the Norwich game, especially as no one's come through our door yet for West Ham. I'm seeing all these signings as always, and West Ham who need players, nothing's happened as yet. Lanzini's picked up form. I wouldn't play Lanzini in this game, no way. And you know what it is as well, Wally, is that if Leeds play, you know, some youngsters, them youngsters are going to want to be out to earn a name for themselves, right? They're going to be wanting to... They won't respect West Ham in regards to kicking you. So sometimes there's certain games that your players are going to get kicked a bit. And this potentially, if Leeds put out like, you know, the kids, they might want to, oh, Lanzini, like, yeah, let me, go home and tell their friends, yeah, I kicked him, I whacked him. So, Diop, I understand Diop, you know, it's one, you know, centre back that's experienced. I think that's Elise, Dongello, Crown, Noble, Fornells, Yamo. I agree with, yes. Vlasic, Lanzini and Fornells. I won't play all of them, but I'm glad you kept Noble, Bowen out of the team, because I think he should be not even in the squad. I'd play a weaker side against Norwich. Hold on a minute. Oh, shit. My phone. I just want to check something, Hamad. We are... Oh, we're at home. Hold on a minute. Okay, are we at home to Leeds as well? Yeah, okay. So we've got all these home games coming up. I wouldn't underestimate Norwich, man. I really wouldn't. I know that they're not in a good way, but you know, everybody. This is the thing. It's opinions. Key, yes, but Norwich. Nah. See, I don't think like that. I really don't. I don't think Leeds is going to be. Yeah, but I can't. Anybody in the Premier League is not. There's no givens in the Premier League. None whatsoever. Hey, Kieran, Wally. Fredericks, shocking. I said Fredericks. I'd have him in my FA Cup team. Yeah, Elise. Seriously, we don't care. Well, some of us get the young lads on. They need to prove their worth. It might be the last chance I get to see my man Lawrence. So yeah, Wally's a big Fredericks. No game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Trust me when I tell you this. Yeah, trust me when I tell you this. Let's say we played Leeds and we played our strongest team and we played phenomenal football. I wouldn't go into Norwich saying, yeah, we're gonna beat them as well, because you know it's a different game, it's a different mentality, it's a different mindset. So at the minute, Norwich are, you know, scrapping for their life, and them teams is like, you know, West Ham of late have started games not too well. You know, even the Watford game, we went 1-0 down. Southampton, the first half was shocking. Palace, we didn't start well, great. You know, we got the 3 goals. But I'm saying, let's say someone like Norwich goes 1-0 up. You can't give teams like that something to hold on to. So you've got to like break their spirit early doors. We're at home, 60,000 fans. You know, if you score first and we're playing well and we score, then in their minds it's like, oh, here we go again. We're going to lose again. If they score, they've got something to hold on to. Now all of a sudden, you know, they can play just one strike and everybody else behind the ball. So yeah, it's you know, it depends how we start that game. If we score first against Norwich and we're playing well at the time, then we will win that game. Defo would be easier to play a weaker team against Norwich, but West Ham will win Norwich. Titch, you know what? I don't. I swear to God, Nashi. Yeah, I'm one of these people. Yeah, if I think we're gonna lose, I say we'll lose. Like, I'm not gonna come in here. I can never ever write off any Premier League team ever, and it would be typical of West Ham to lose to Norwich. Trust me, at home. Look at Southampton when we played Southampton. When we played Southampton, they had, you know, like a bad away record and they'd never scored 3 goals. We'd never let in 3 goals this season and they scored 3 against us. So that shows you. And Norwich and Southampton was really struggling at that point as well. So trust me, West Ham should learn from that. But that was at home to Southampton. And all the stats and that was in our favour, like them away and all of that, and that counted for nothing. Okay, right. But saying that, for me, I don't like playing Brighton. We struggle, don't know why exactly. West Ham, yeah, we need to change our mentality against these, you know, the so-called smaller clubs or the clubs that are struggling. Look at us last season. We had a phenomenal season last year, and Newcastle beat us twice. Newcastle beat us twice last season. So, trust me when I tell you, I cannot look past Norwich. You know, we should beat them, but that don't mean nothing. We struggle against Brighton too, Keith. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Our second string team beat Man United and City. Moyes will trust them to do it again. 3 points against them. Thank you. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, we did play second string against Man United and City, yeah. And obviously Europa League was like third string almost. And I would say like a mixture of that the Carabao Cup squad. You know, Diop and Dawson were starters in those games, but now they are the only sort of centre backs that we've got. So things have changed, and you know, Krause started out as a centre back, and he could potentially play there. But you know, this is the perfect game for those kids to come in again. From what I saw against Zagreb, they weren't ready for the Premier League, right? But they should be ready for this FA Cup game and potentially the team that Leeds is going to put out. So this is the type of games where, you know, Moyes has got to show some faith in them, and you've got Areola behind them. I would play that same back line. I would play that back line because we need to protect all the defenders that we have available. We need to protect them. Knowing our luck, you know, you play Dawson and he gets injured, and then now against Norwich, it becomes a more difficult task because we risk it. Yeah, so I would rest the players that we need to rest. Brighton are a crazy team. Very good. They're a good team, man. They play good football and they're having a good season. Brighton currently have 27 points from 19 games. So if they win their game in hand, Brighton's only 4 points behind West Ham. So yeah, Brighton is a decent team, man. They play good football. Apparently, Arsenal is interested in Tariq Lamptey, 25 mil. I saw that yesterday, I think. Agree, Premier League is the priority, exactly. Right, let's go back to some more news. Right, Spurs showing strong interest in Wolves' Traore. You know, I've been a big fan of Adama Traore for a long time. I also understand that, you know, if you look at his stats, goals, and he don't look good, but there is a raw talent in there that if, you know, the right guidance, the right instructions, the right team, the right formation, he could, you know, I titled the video, could Moyes turn this beast into a beauty? Yeah, I just think that if you played him in the right way and gave him the right instructions, you would see a monster of a player, like consistently as well. I think Wolves now are playing a more possession brand of football, more technical, and you know, they didn't start him against Man United. They brought him on for the last, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever, but you know, it's not that he's not a good player, but he doesn't fit their style of play. Someone like West Ham, who, you know, we play on a counter-attack a lot, his pace and that is, you know, if a team's pushed all the way up to the halfway line, all those balls that is, you know, you could have got that, or he will get them. So you could put balls to him that he's got no right to get, and he still gets it. And he's strong, he's powerful, he's good at dribbling. I think he's well suited to West Ham, and you know, the way that David Moyes plays. You know, the price, I think they're talking like 20 or 25, which in this day and age is not a lot of money. Yeah, Villa interested in Brighton's Basuma. We said that. Trippier. 1 second. Young-Min Son set to miss the rest of January. So he's out, injured. And, you know, I like him. I really like him. But, you know, I'm glad that Spurs are weakened. But I do like Son as a player. This is a I need to find this. This is relevant to Arsenal. Arsenal are, for the first time ever, they're going to wear an all-white strip in the FA Cup. And the reason why is it's called No More Red. And it's, you know, it's about the knife crime in London. And I think that 2 years ago, let me read this to you actually. This is important. Right. Arsenal will play in a one-off all-white strip against Nottingham Forest as part of the launch of the No More Red outreach and anti-knife crime initiative with Adidas. Arsenal are removing the red from their iconic shirt and will wear a custom all-white kit for the first time in Sunday's FA Cup further round tie with Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. The kits will not be commercially available and will be ordered only to individuals who are making a positive difference in the community. Right, there's a story to this. Right, it comes after last week's confirmation of a record 30 teenage knife crimes fatalities across London in 2021. One of their fans got killed. Right, don't quote me on this, but I think 2 years ago when they was playing Forest again, one of the Arsenal fans was stabbed and killed. Like, I think quite a young boy as well. 1 minute, let me get that story. It's, you know, this scheme's been backed by Idris Elba and some more celebrities. 1 minute, you know, I want to get to the story. Max might know more actually, so he could maybe put that in the comments as to what happened. But yeah, so, you know, that's for a club to come out and make such a statement and to go and do something that they've never done in their history in regards to their kit. You know, the kit is your identity. So the fact Arsenal doing this, they're not trying to sell any shirts. It's not for no commercial gain. They're doing this to try and make a difference. So I've got a lot of respect for what Arsenal are doing. It's not, like I said, ain't no gimmick. It's not about profit or nothing like that. They're trying to, you know, just trying to do something for this knife crime. So respect to Arsenal Football Club. Right, let me right. Man, you are a mess at the moment. It's great. Chufla. Thanks for joining. Chufla 86. Is that how you say it? Chufla? Chufla? Before I forget, you've had some lovely comments from our video brother Titch. Thank you. Yeah, so anybody like Kieran might not have seen it, and Hammerhead. I was asked onto the Disabled Team's channel yesterday to do a preview for, obviously, the FA Cup game. I think I was the first, you know, non-Leeds person on there, I think. And, you know, I was honoured to be on there. Stuart is doing some great stuff with, you know, the editing and, you know, the graphics in the stream, like animated graphics and stuff like that. He even went as far as, you know, adding Hammers Fans United's intro, outro, and putting that as a constant in the stream. So yeah, like, you know, Stuart's is a very, very good guy. You know, we've spoken off air, and yeah, I've got a lot of time and respect for the Disabled Team. He knows this already. And you know, all of the people, I've noticed the people in his chat are very similar to people in here. You know, there's no West Ham, what they're doing it. No, it's just everybody. Just, you know, you could be a newbie and you're made to feel welcome straight away. You know, in here, I know for a fact, if someone random, a name come up, you would all, who's this person? And, you know, it'd be hello. And, you know, I don't know if I don't think that's the case in, you know, I don't really comment. And some of the channels, you know, you try and comment and there's no feedback, and then after you think, right, nah, I'm not really going to do this. And then, but yeah, everybody else is having their own comments in the chat, so you kind of don't feel welcome. So, yeah, Disabled Team is the exact same as the you know, the comment section here is friendly and welcoming, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Titch, seen as it's the weekend, can you give us a song? I think the Bible song. I've got sore throat though. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Then like my dreams they fade and die. I'm going to stop. My throat is hurting. It's actually hurting. Hi, Chufla86. I Fred totally agree. And they said he's the German Bielsa. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Sore throat, man. They thought we would have this. Okay. These two seasons must have been the craziest seasons in Premier League history. The Disabled Team, they thought he would have saved them. Now the team is turning on him. It never happens at Leeds. Who's turning on who? Oh. He's the German Bielsa. Who's turning on who? Chufla. Knife crime and gun crime shouldn't be happening. Yeah, it shouldn't be. And, you know, without getting too political, the government could easily make it cut down, you know, with deterrence and things put in place to, you know, scare people into listen. Even if you pick that up, you're going to jail for a very long time. If we get, you understand? Like, but, you know, it's allowed. I watched it, really good. Titch was okay. Oi, mascot. Family. Yes, John. Andrew. Yes, Titch, it was wicked, bro. Lee Stave, thank you, Nashi. Hope you're well. Yes, John, family thing in it. Yes, Keith. Right, let me delete this. Whatever that is. Big up Lee. Right, let me see what else is going on. So Mikel Antonio signed an extension, I think, to 2024. Let me bring that up and give you any details. While I'm doing that, I made two videos, two videos. I never ever speak about potential signings or none of that. But what I did do is, potentially we might be in for Luca Dean and also Gabriel Barbosa, Gabigol. So what I've done is just done a little compilation, to show the fans, like, look, this is a little highlight reel of all of these. So yeah, I'm not going to speak about potential signings. I might speak about signings that we make, I might not do, but yeah, that was just some extra content as well. There'll be people that have never seen Barbosa, and it gives you the opportunity to, you work out that he's left-footed, he scores different types of goals, and he was at Inter. So I knew of him from Inter. It didn't work out there. Same way it didn't work out with Philippe Coutinho at Inter. Coutinho left there and came to Liverpool. He left there and went back to Brazil. But, he's got big ambitions to play in the Premier League. And someone said on Sky Sports News, not yesterday, the day before, his agent or representative has said, listen, Gabriel Barbosa or Gabigol will either be scoring for West Ham this season in the Premier League or scoring against them. So he's got his heart set on coming to the Premier League, and he wants to consolidate that striking role for Brazil going into the World Cup. So he wants to come to the Premier League. I was going to look at Antonio's contract. 1 second. Antonio Mikel. What's the news? Right. Okay, we'll read what he said. Mikel Antonio sends message to West Ham fans after signing contract extension. Okay, where's the rest of the report? Can't go any further. Sky Sports have said West Ham have handed 31-year-old Mikel Antonio a new 2.5-year deal with the option of a further year. Antonio scored 8 Premier League goals this season. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so they give him a new contract, and at the end of that, he's got a further year. What we got here? Oh, hidden talent tips. See you on bit. Nah, no chance. Trust me. Also, I'm going to say, Stuart was giving me, some good information. This is not about football. This is about, the editing and the graphics and stuff like that, But I would need to invest in, some expensive equipment. But yeah, good. It's good to, learn about other things and potentials and all of that stuff. But yeah, right. So let me go back to here. Lee and Titch stole the show, bro. Kieran, no, Lee did. Well, Hammerhead with a possibility of an extra year. Sorry, Hammerhead. So you would have already put this. Yeah, I'm a bit behind. Kieran enjoyed it. That's the show. 17 players have spoke against him, and right. Who are we talking about here, Truthler? Oh, I know. It's that Ragnick, innit? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I heard that they're not feeling his style of coaching, but these same players, they threw Ole under the bus, and it's like they know that it's the manager that gets sacked because you can't sack a whole squad or you can't lose millions on these players, and yeah, so they know that as well. But Ragnick, his style of play is like high press and high intensity. So the fact that he played Cavani and Ronaldo the other day kind of contradicts his philosophy. And then it also makes you think maybe he's instructed to play Ronaldo, like you play him at all costs. So he's got his hands tied behind his back because that's not the style of play he wants to play or he's known for. So yeah, now the players are coming out, and I didn't listen to it properly, but Davey was saying today that Luke Shaw's post-match interview was much worse than kind of what Lukaku had said about his situation at Chelsea. But yet, there's no media frenzy about what Luke Shaw said. But with Lukaku, everybody and their mother knew what was going on. But apparently, yeah, Luke Shaw was almost going in and questioning the coach and his tactics and whatnot. But Yeah. Nothing seems to have changed at Man United at all. But if it's the people at the top controlling the team and all that, then you can put any manager in there and you're still going to have certain problems. What was I going to look at? It's like Chipmunk on there and my brothers. Me and my brothers. Aloud. Chipmunk. I'm glad you did that, friend. Boom. Oops. Why is it not? Okay, it is there. Let me delete this. They threw Ole under the bus, Marine under the bus. Tells me it's the players. Right, see? Exactly. What do you think about our job? Something we've got to do. The job, nothing wrong with the job, but yeah, like I think, and the role you have, the pay should be good. Yeah, look for something else, man. That's less stressful as well, and pays better. Absolutely, Stu. Boom. Right, so what was it saying? Let me just sorry you lot. There was more stories, but obviously I thought when I get back I'll read them, but they update the stories. There was more. Yeah, what do you lot think about Luca Dean? Like I've said that I think he would be the perfect signing for us. It's not working out at Everton. Even if it was on loan to the end of the season, we keep saying that we need to sign, another left back, even when Creswell's fit, because as cover or an alternative. And with us, trying to finish as high as we can in the Premier League, with us potentially trying to win the Europa League, I think someone of his caliber and his qualities, and the fact he's played in the Premier League, is a no-brainer. He's 28 years old. Plays for France, played for Barca. So yeah, thoughts on Luca Dean, as another left back at the club, and I just think that if even when Creswell comes back, if Moyes does play free at the back and Creswell's, then you've still got Luca Dean as your left wing back, and it makes us more versatile, and you've got strength in depth there, which we don't have at left back clearly. So yeah, thoughts on Luca Dean, people. Also, you know what I thought of a player, right? I don't know about his wages. Forget the wages. Take the wages out of the equation, yeah? He's not been linked with us either. Would the West Ham fans take Aaron Ramsey from Juve? Or do we have too many of those type of players? Like, would you take him to add strength to our squad? Aaron Ramsey. Interesting one. Because like I said, he's not linked at all. I'm just throwing that out there. Apparently, Ronaldo has said Greenwood is greedy. Thought that was a bit rich coming from him personally. And I heard about 3 weeks ago that Greenwood was unhappy with Ronaldo and the fact that he's there. I just think that Ronaldo, they didn't need Ronaldo. I don't think City was ever in for him. I think that was the agent being very, very smart. And I think he's hindered the progress of, your Rashfords, your Greenwoods, Sancho. Man United could have been an exciting, dynamic team. But they signed him, and don't get me wrong, he's a legend. He's always going to score goals, but I think that's to the detriment of the team. And I think it was a big mistake signing him on their part. Lee, my man. Boom, 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 boom. I think Dean has had a poor 18 months by his standards, but he would be an excellent signing so much. I would like him at Leeds. Really good Leeds. Hope you're well. Sorry. This clicks and then it don't click. Right. Truthful 86. I would take him at Leeds in a heartbeat, Stu. Dean, yes. Ramsey, no, from Wally. Lawrence says yes, Titch. I think, is that for Ramsey, Lawrence? Nice. You know what I'm going to do actually? They want to sell. I don't think we can afford him, but I would love him. Is that you're talking about Ramsey, Kieran? I'm sure you are. I wouldn't. You know why I wouldn't take Martial? He's on 250 grand a week apparently. So even coming to West Ham, We don't pay those type of wages. So even if he said, look, I'm going to take 50 grand a week pay cut, 200 grand, nope. Our top earner is, I think it's Yarmolenko. No, Zuma now. Zuma's on either 120 or 140. So there's no way you can justify giving Martial 100 grand a week more than Zuma. And we're not that club with all that money to be just throwing on wages. If West Ham, these are the swap players, would you take? Right, yeah, that's a good question actually, Nashi. If West Ham and Leeds had a swap deal, what players would you take from Leeds and why? And who would you say bye to from West Ham? Right, without saying our dead weight people, like who would you realistically, if you was a negotiator and you was the middleman between the two clubs and you was trying to formulate a deal that kind of suits both, which players, but you were more West Ham, which players would you bring to us and give them? But like I said, you can't say Yarmolenko and, like Deadwood. Like, if we was really going to try and... Right, I'm going to say this off the top of my head. I would go... We want Phillips. We want Rafinha. Phillips, Rafinha. That's it. That's the two I want, right? And in return, Phillips and Rafinha. In return... I haven't thought about this. In return, right, I think they probably value them at about 90 mil collectively, maybe 100 if they place. Right, so I'm gonna say there's 100 mil. In return, I will see you. Shit. Damn, I didn't think about it. I can't think. I'll take Phillips and Rafinha though. Thank you. I don't know who I'd give you without being like disrespectful, like Yarmolenko and that. Let me see this. Rafinha for Benny. Ooh, yeah, I would do that. But they value him. They put a price tag on him today, according to Nashi. They put a 50 mil price tag on him. Kieran. Yeah, he's put it here. Good, thanks. So yeah, that's Rafinha's price according to Leeds. 50 mil. All right, you know what? Forget Phillips. No, don't forget Phillips. Don't forget Phillips. Actually, no. Right, so we take Phillips and Rafinha. That's 100 mil. We give you Ben Rama. Got to be 75 mil. We cook the books. Right, we give you Ben Rama. We will throw in Andrei Yarmolenko, Ukrainian international. I think he's the highest goal scorer. So we'll give you Ben. We'll give you Ben Rama. We'll give you Yarmolenko. We'll give you Ryan Fredericks. What a player. Pace for days. The way Leeds play, like I would sell it. I would be the salesman to Leeds. Like I'll convince Leeds. This is what I say. Look, you're going to get a Ukrainian superstar. He's at the peak of his powers. He scores every other game, or if not every game for Ukraine. He's yours. Boom. Sold him. Ben Rama. Oh my days. It's Dimitri Payet, Mark II. The Algerian prince. He scores goals from outside the box. Like screamers, bangers, skills. Typical Leeds player. Would suit Bielsa. Boom. He's yours. Right? Ryan Fredericks. Speak to Wally. Wally. Give him the lowdown. Wally would tell you how good he is. I only need Wally to, to come into the negotiations. Wally. Yeah, we just got called from Titch at Hammersmith United. Can you explain about Fredericks? And then Wally would just tell you everything you need to know. Wally's going to tell you. That puts up Fredericks' price to 30 mil. So we're going to give you Fredericks, Yarmolenko, Ben Rama, and you know what I'm going to do for you, Leeds? Because I spoke to Leeds and I said, surely you're going to rest Melier for the cup. They said, no, we ain't got no other goalie. I'm going to give you Irish international Darren Randolph. 4 players for 2. And I'm not even going to ask you lot for any money. What do you say about that? And what did the West Ham fans say about that? I think it's a great deal, actually. Let's see what they... Okay. Right. We will take Rice and Benny. Look. You can have Benny, and I'll tell him to bring a bowl of rice with him. So you've got Rice and Benny. You've got that. Bruno Fernandes for Yarmolenko. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, Bruno Fernandes for Yarmolenko, Fredericks. Masuaku. You know what? I like Masuaku, but I think he would suit Leeds, you know. I'm going to throw a 5th player into that. I'm going to offer you 5 players, world-class players, just for 2. Phillips and Rafinha. What do you think about that? Masuaku, I do like him. Masuaku, Ben Rama, Yarmolenko, Ryan Fredericks, and Darren Randolph. Oh my gosh. That's like the deal of the summer. What about James? Nah. We won't need him. If we've got Rafinha, we don't need James. Ahmed's laugh. I'm okay. Benny, Yama, Masuaku, and Fredericks, and Randolph. Ahmed. Right. Wally says Rafinha and Phillips for Rice. Nah, Wally. You know why? They value those two. I would say 100 mil max. 50 for Rafinha, 40 or 50 for Phillips. Right? I might be wrong. Now, I know I've heard 120 for, so that can't work, Wally. Unless they're coming with some money as well. Yama, are you trying to get Leeds? No, listen, disabled team. He's a goal scorer. He's a machine. He's Ukrainian. He is an absolute left-footed. Skills. Back me up, all the Hammers fans in here. Like, Yama would, you know, do you know what? Do you know what it is? He plays in yellow for Ukraine. See what I'm saying? Your yellow will make him feel at home. It's cold up there as well. It's colder in Leeds than it is down here. So he's going to feel at home at Leeds. So that's another 10 mil on his price tag. So yeah. I think so. I know Bielsa likes Lanzini. Ravetic, me and you. Right. The key, Nashi says, Rafa, Phillips, 100 mil plus 2 points of lager and a packet of crisps. 100 mil? Nah. So you just want to sell them for no players? Would we spend? You know what? I don't know what. West Ham's going to sell Rice for at least 100 mil if they sell him, you know, soon. So his value don't go down. Would it be well spent on Phillips and Rafinha and have some changeover? Yes, it would be. It would definitely be worth it. I'm surprised you wouldn't look at Melier, but I hope most of you know why I wouldn't. Truth is because obviously we've got Fabianski, we've got Areola. Yeah, so if I'm being realistic, I couldn't throw him in the mix as well because then I'd have to just give you even more players in that deal. That's a super deal. You know when you go into the into like a sports shop and they go, oh, Sal, these trainers was $149.99. Now they're $144. That's not a deal. The deal I just gave you lot at Leeds. Oh my days. Del Boy. Why does nobody like James? Meow. That's it, man. It's just pace. Even when he's at Man U, I was like, he's not a Manchester United player. He's not. Where are we? Right. I have watched Yama and loads of West Ham fan channels too. No. Do you know, a lot of these channels, Wally, I mean, the disabled team, they don't know what they're talking about. You know, some of them have said no Ogbonna, no problem, and you know, look what's happened now. Some of them said, oh, don't worry, Ogbonna, it doesn't look what. So they don't know, all of them don't know what we're talking about. So whatever they're saying about Yarmolenko in a negative light, don't listen to them. Listen to me. And like I said, Ryan Fredericks, I'm surprised he's not at Barcelona or Real Madrid, mate. But, you know, speak to Wally. he were like, Shiny, Yama, big up Shiny. Yama's made for Leeds. I'm happily pay his taxi fare. See what I'm saying? See how nice West Ham fans are? We will actually take this Ukrainian machine all the way to Ellen Road. See? That's how much we respect Yarmolenko, that we need to take him there just to make sure he signs. What other player would get treated like that? That should show you how important he is. Yama's brilliant. Scores for fun for Ukraine and West Ham in the pre-season friendly game. Yarmolenko is world class. He knocked Spurs out of the Champions League other year when he was at Dortmund. See, thank you. And what colour kit was Dortmund wearing? Yellow. Dortmund yellow. Leeds yellow. Ukraine yellow. Think. It makes sense. That's another 5 mil on his price tag. Right, so Big up, Shiny. Good evening to you. Boom. Mr. Chich, the man. Oh no, sorry, I didn't put that. The man. Trust me. I won't bring you lot no old tat. You know, like, who's this player? Like, I'll bring you lot the finest in London. You know, I know Chelsea and that's after Yarmolenko, but nah, man, he needs to go to Leeds. So I know all the big clubs are in for him, but Leeds is the club that will suit. Hardly any of these so-called football channels don't have any club at football teach knows the score though. Yes, see? Hammerhead knows, man. Wally, I'm keeping all my awesome Frederick stats to myself. I don't want him to go away. See? So if Wally doesn't give you, you know, the stats, because he rates him so much, like the rest of us do, Fredericks, that Wally don't want to see him go. Do you think the management at West Ham are saying 5 players for 2? My ass. Don't worry. I'm the negotiator. They've handed over the power to me. Kieran, Yarma is pony, and I don't. Kieran, what are you doing? You're messing up our transfers. But seriously, yeah, no, I'm a bit like, you know, in all seriousness, right? When we qualify for Europe, I said we need 7 quality players. 7 players that potentially can walk into the team. If they don't, they're pushing the players that are in the team. We signed 5, right? Areola, who hasn't played a Premier League game, and we're paying a lot of wages. I think we're paying, even subsidised, I think we're paying Areola more than we're paying Fabianski. And that's probably half of his wages. Anyway, Areola, Krau, who clearly is not rated at all, on loan. So that's 2 loan signings. I think, you know, the last day we signed Vlasic, who not once have I written him off. Not once. And, you know, there's a lot more to come from him, I hope. And Fornals had a very, very slow start at West Ham, and look at him now. So it wasn't it was more of an underwhelming sort of signing in Vlasic at the time. Zuma, great signing. And, you know, no one could know nothing about injuries. That was a statement signing for me and needed. And who was the 5th one, you lot? Zuma, Vlasic, Krau, Areola. Who was the 5th one? Right, so that wasn't good enough. Now, we've got the injuries to Ogbonna, Zuma, Creswell, Johnson is back now. Right? We've got into January. We're out of the Carabao Cup. You know, we've done well to win the group in Europa and give ourselves a little breathing space and not have to play the 2-legged qualifier. And we're still within touching distance of the top 6. I don't even know if we'll get that, you know, in the Premier League. So now is the time that I feel we need 5 players that walk into the team. Or they're as good as, or, you know, better, or they're going to push these players. Right about now, we haven't signed anybody linked to, you know, everybody. Like, what's you lot's thoughts on... I said that as soon as that window opened, we should have had signings through the door. We should have had, you know, we should have been in negotiations, all of that, and now, boom, we just got to wait for midnight and we can go. West Ham haven't signed anybody. So what's your thoughts on that? And, you know, we've got new investment, and I know he might be paying off the debt and that, but he's still going to have money for signings. You know, most signings you don't pay in one go anyway. You pay it over the course of the contract or whatever. So, yeah, what do you lot feel? Leeds, who... do you think you should sign, if you had the choice of signing anybody now because of your injuries, who would you sign that's realistic to you in regards to the, you know, the fee and whatnot? Fredericks is underrated and underused. Yeah, you know, like, and in all seriousness, again, I believe that. Like Masuaku, he's not the best defender at all, but he's got, you know, attribute. He's got pace, like crazy pace. And I said it, you know, a while back that I think Moyes has developed his game in the opposition final third. You know, his cutbacks and that are more precise. He's finding someone with a pass rather than just he didn't have a clue. So, yeah, I think we could have utilised him a bit more this season. And that's what I said yesterday. I would play him, and I said it today as well. In the cup game, I'd play him on the right wing against Leeds. Better than Rob Newman at the moment. I don't know what's going on, seriously. Right, serious question. Why haven't West Ham done it? Oh, see, I didn't even read this. I didn't even see this. Why haven't West Ham done anything in the transfer window yet? Exactly. Stuart, I don't know. That's crazy. Seriously. What's a pony slang for now? Is that a new slang for pony? Oi, oi. Yes, Paul. Thailand Paul's in the house. Right, so let me, before I go further. Nashi has got his own channel. please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thailand Paul has his own channel where, you know, he goes around in Thailand, different places to eat and reviews the food. You know, different camera angles. You know, like I said, it might be he's about to do that, and then all of a sudden the camera's down there picking up the stuff he's dripping. Yeah, no, it's a good watch. Obviously, the Disabled Team, wonderful channel, great channel, and I would imagine everybody in here is already subscribed. But you know, just in case there's somebody watching, and yeah, Disabled Team, Keith Nash, he's changed his name, LUFC, aka Nashi. That's his channel, and Thailand Paul. They're all in the chat here, so check them out, please. We never do anything early in the window. Yeah, and the thing is, Wally, we should have had signed up. So even if they didn't play in the FA Cup, they're ready for the Norwich game, like ready to go. All this delaying, like, yeah, don't make no sense. Morning, guys. Good evening. Yeah, it's all over the place for time. Oh, right. So I know what pony means, but I thought Keith was saying there's a new term for pony, but no, that's an old terminology. Keith. And pony also is like, you know, can be used when something's fake, like fake garments or whatever. Like, nah, that's pony, mate. As well as, yeah, rubbish. Oi, Paul, Hammerhead. Lingard would already be here if he was coming to us. Yeah, lad, that shit was sad. Lingard can rot United. Yeah, that's another thing. And, you know, if he were going to come, then he would know that, listen, West Ham need me, like, now. So, make it happen. Otherwise, yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? I'd bring Alioski back. Nandez for me. Oh, Pablo. No, is it Pablo Hernandez? Pablo. It is Pablo, isn't it? Thanks, man. TDC have a great channel. Yes, they do. Where in Thailand? He's in Bangkok. Table Team. Again, massive respect to you for what you're doing for the food bank charity, Thailand Born. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, man. Yeah, you lot's thoughts, please, on West Ham's inactivity. And Leeds fans, who would you bring in? Like, even including loan signings, like, who would you bring in just to stabilise and get you lot through this season because of your injuries? Like, who would you bring in? And you can include, like, you know, loan signings. Yeah, man. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play Lee's video quickly. Just quickly. Where are we?
Antonio!
Big up Lee. Big up Disabled Team. Oh, sorry, and Lee has his own channel as well. Lee Statham. He's there on the screen actually. So yeah, anybody else got any football topics? You know, like specifically like transfers. Like who's gone where? I heard that Insigne, who I never thought he's coming to West Ham. He's signed. He's only 30, and he's signed a 5-year deal with Toronto. And the reason why is, you know, 5 years for a 30-year-old is a long contract, and I think that they are paying him 10 mil a season, which in MLS or for Toronto, that's, you know, they just don't do that. So they've given him like a mind-boggling contract that he couldn't turn down. So yeah, you know, you wouldn't assume Insigne would go to Toronto, but he's done it, you know, for probably financial security. He's played his football in Italy all this time, and now he's going to go out there and guarantee to have, you know, another 5 years of playing, that stability, and obviously good money. So, but yeah, I know that West Ham was mentioned, but once again, I didn't pay that any interest. The Hazard links haven't paid that any interest either, because once again, I think we bid apparently 21 mil and they want double that, and then his wages would be like, he's on like 400 something grand at Real. So even if he took a massive pay cut, West Ham, what we're going to pay him 250 grand a week? No, we're not, because that would cause friction in the change room. So, you know, sometimes you're linked to these players, but you have to be realistic to the funds and the budget. And that's why Villa can sign someone like Coutinho, because they've got money behind them. They offered Grealish, I think, 200 grand a week to stay. He didn't. So, they're not paying those type of wages. And 2, they got 100 mil for him. So, yeah, Aston Villa have got spending power. What we got in the comments. Just subbed. Oh, see? I like that. Let me go. Right, I've been able to... Right. I've been to Thailand and I was tired when I got back, if you know. Great. We'll be lucky to bring in more than one first team player. If that happens, Hammerhead. That's criminal, man. Seriously. Yes, Lee. Right, Shiny G. Thailand Paul, just subbed your channel, mate. What is that mermaid thing from the summer? Is that mermaid thing? And did you eat it? Oh, so much for Belletti as well. How much are they quoting for Belletti? I remember we was linked to him, weren't we? I like the idea of Ryan Kent from Rangers, but he isn't coming. Oh, and he was formerly of Liverpool, wasn't he? Ryan Kent. Thanks. I'd sign Mr. Bean if he scores a goal at the minute. Look, you lot got 3 goals against Burnley the other day. If that's true, Yarmolenko gives more time on the pitch. If what's true? I'm ahead. Boom. And you know another player who's in limbo is Aubameyang. Like, Arsenal want to get rid of him. I think Newcastle's interested, and his wages for most clubs is a stumbling block. I think he gets 250 at Arsenal, but you know Newcastle will probably pay those wages, but they need to be careful. Like, yeah, you've got the money, but you have to invest that correctly. And if they start paying people like Aubameyang, this clearly would only be going there for money. Trippier, I think he will give his all, but he is going there for the money. So if they're signing a bunch of mercenaries, they might not save you. You understand? So be careful, like, how you spend that money, because those wages are crippling. And if you go down, yeah, with all that money, but yeah, you got, like I said, you have to know how to spend that money. Titch, come on, it's West Ham. We're always trying to find a deal. It's even worse now with Diver and Dave. He can't decide. Just pick the players, for God's sake. We need the bodies more than we do. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sorry. I heard that, it's not on here, but you know, there's clubs interested in Origi, and Newcastle once again is one of them. 3 Italian clubs are interested in, and I don't know why we don't show any, real interest in these types of players that are clearly not first choice at their clubs. Clearly, they know what they're doing in the Premier League and Europe, and why we don't, put ourselves out there, even if it's just to play the game, right? Let's say, for instance, right? Let's say we're after Barbosa, Gabigol. Let's say we are genuinely interested in, but Moyes don't want to reveal that, yeah? What Moyes should do, or the club should do, is make a bid for Origi, a bid that they're going to decline, just so it lets the player, like Barbosa, for instance, know they're looking at other, and then he sort of says, listen, can we sort this? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, there's never any concrete news, as in West Ham are linked. We're linked to everybody, but there's never West Ham have had a bid. But saying that, apparently we had a bid rejected for Barbosa. But I think we need to have more stories come out like that. Bid rejected for Divock Origi. West Ham make a bid for XYZ, and play the game a little bit. Play smart rather than just keeping quiet and then not signing nobody. The wages these big clubs are handing out are ruining the game. Players and agents have a lot to answer for. Yeah. And that's the thing. Kieran Trippier would never, in the state they're in, why would he go to Newcastle? And once you are there, you might as well just say, listen, the money's good, it's back in England, rather than I haven't come here for the money, because nothing else would suggest that you've gone there for anything other than the money. And Newcastle, I don't know what they're going to be paying him. If they do sign Aubameyang, they're going to probably match his wages. So all of a sudden, they're just throwing crazy money out there. How many more players are we going to miss out on and look back and say, damn, we should have signed them when we had the chance? Yeah, it's like they're scared of rejection. What we got to lose? Yeah, it's true. And, I heard that we could have got Ivan Toney for 5 mil like a few seasons ago. Who else, man? People in the chat can put this. Who else did we kind of didn't force the issue with? Especially for like, low prices, and then they come back and we keep overlooking players, and like Hamed said, like almost scared to get burnt, and then by the time you understand, you think actually no, they're gone, man. They've gone somewhere else. Wow, that's what these need to do, Hamed. Get players in. Our bids are always rejected because the 2 days are too tight. Yeah, and that's I think they put in those frivolous bids just to appease the fans. So they're putting bids knowing that they're not going to get accepted. Now I'm saying do that if there's a plan to it. If you're doing that to get this midfielder and this striker, you're doing that just to force their hand. That's fine. But I think West Ham do it just to make the fans think, oh yeah, look, we are trying in that. Just putting, like I said, frivolous bids that they know is never going to be accepted. He could have a get out clause if Newcastle drop. I'm sure they would do as well. The 2 days are always trying to smart business, but they have never done anything smart when it comes to West Ham. And that's the thing. We've got this Daniel Kretinsky or whatever. Like, what is his role? Like, I'm just surprised that it's. When did the window open? It weren't the 1st of Jan, was it? Was it? Yeah, somebody tell me. When did it open? Because today is it was the 1st, sorry. That's a week or 6 days, whatever. And no one's come through the door. But yet, Villa have signed Coutinho. I know Newcastle's interested in, I know it's everybody, but Todd Cantwell. They want him from Norwich. And, someone like that, you can understand him going to Newcastle because his team is in a worse situation than them. Newcastle will double or treble what he's getting already. So that would make sense for Cantwell to go to Newcastle, and no one could question anything because of the club he's currently at. But yeah, Newcastle seem to be everybody. Hamed, you wasn't in the stream, but did you hear that apparently they're looking to bid 10 mil for Issa Diop? 10 mil. We'll hear it like we always do. We tried, but we couldn't get the deal. Yeah. Or the agent was after it. Yeah, exactly. Hamed. Apparently Newcastle are going to try and offer 10 mil for Issa Diop. 10 mil. Okay. How long are we doing? We do a couple more minutes. Right, let me see. Any more stories? Nothing to do with West Ham though. Gareth Bale could retire in the summer or move to a championship club. So yeah, apparently if Wales don't get through their playoff for the World Cup, I think it's against Austria, 2-legged playoff, he's thinking of retiring. And if they do get through, then he might, they said, come to the championship to get game time. Okay, let's go to here. Transfer Centre. Friday's club by club roundup. So this will tell us who's done what. But why are you not fucking... No, it won't. Rudiger. Yeah, Rudiger. They haven't. Yeah, I couldn't get that page up. Antonio Rudiger's got 6 months left for his contract. Apparently, Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, and Juventus have held initial talks with his agent. Barcelona are also monitoring his situation. What do you not think of Rudiger? I think that this season, man, I've seen him like in the opposing box a lot. He won 2 penalties in a game that they won 3-2, I think, against. I don't know if it was Brent. I don't know who it was, but yeah, this season his game seems to have changed, and like going forward, he looks like a midfielder, like an attacking midfielder or midfielder just breaking forward a lot. I think if Chelsea can't get him to re-sign, and that's a big loss for them. They're going to lose him for nothing, and he's been playing for them this season, and he's been playing well. So that's why it's a balancing act to let someone's contract run down or renew it and give them more years than you kind of want to give them as a player. But yeah, let me check this quickly, man. Can't see Lingard coming unless United are waiting to play us first before they sell him to us. Norwich, Watford and Burnley, Newcastle will scrape it. Yeah, I want... I always want Burnley to go down, always. But Newcastle it would be funny if the richest club in the world is actually relegated. Funny because they're going to have this transfer window. They're going to spend money. They're going to bring players in. If they still went down, yeah, I'd love it. I would love it if we beat them. But yeah, Burnley, Norwich, definitely. Right, so Hammerhead says 10 mil for a Rolls Royce of a player. Newcastle are deluded, clearly. Right, so Hamed, when I came on to the stream, like, I'd seen a few articles that when I got back from football, I was going to speak about them, and I only saw the Diop thing when on my feed it said from Hammer's chat, it said Newcastle interested in Diop. So then I assumed it's going to be like, 25, 30 mil or whatever, considering we paid 22 million for him, considering he's still young, and considering I think he's still got a number of years on his contract. Then when I read the article, it said 10 mil. I thought, yeah, they have to be deluded. Like, Gareth Bale is just a weird man. I don't know what's going on. Everton are in trouble too, Kieran. Rudiger plays more in the upper half of the pit. He does, man. Right, this is an interesting one because Everton had a good start under Rafa Benitez, and before we beat them, they was in great form. Then they went to Man United and got a draw, and probably should have got a win in that game. Then we beat them 1-0, I think, at their ground, and it seems like after that they haven't sort of recovered. So I don't know if the start was just a bit of luck or whatever. And I said, look, soon as things turn around there, Rafa's going to have the fans on him because of his, his affiliation with Liverpool and things that he'd said about Everton. And the fact that they are so low down, they've made signings, they brought in a big name manager and all of that. Yeah, it's, those fans, that should be interesting how that sort of plays out. Considering it was valued at 70, exactly. 10 mil. Bao almost ran me over on the way to school once. Lucky he didn't. Could have hit him in his pocket. Right, so we're gonna wrap this up, man. But yeah, it was I don't think I have a few times actually. Just just go live by myself. But like I said, my initial thing was I wanted to just show this creativity, this magic off. And there was a lot of transfer news, not just West Ham, but generally. Plus, it gave us a chance to speak about the FA Cup game. But yeah, thanks as always for tuning in. And like I said, the disabled team, Tyler Paul, Lee Statham, and Keith Nashi. Please check out their channels, subscribe to their channels, and yeah, just support what they're doing because it's very much a cross-channel collaboration. Everybody is supporting each other, and that's the way it should be. So yeah, who's this? Cheers, Titch, and big yourself up, Shiny. Good to see you as well. I haven't had any communication with you for a long time, man. So thank you for joining. Lawrence, let me go through who was here. Let me sit at the top of my head. Max was here. Arsenal TV. Kieran, obviously he's always here. This side, he's always here. Wally, Lawrence, Stuart, Lee, Nashi, Chufla 86. This is just off my head. Hammerhead, obviously. Shiny. Now let me check who else. There must be someone else. Said Kieran. Come on, my phone's being silly. Might have got everyone. Keith has said that. Lee. Silent Paul. Did I say Paul? Yeah, Silent Paul. And you know what? Yeah, I've got everyone. Everybody that was, commenting. Plus, by the numbers on here that are viewing, there's people watching. So thank you for those that are watching. I understand, you know, there's a lot of people that... One of the boys at football, Wasim, he said, I was watching your the game shows. I said, oh, why don't you take part? He goes, nah. He said, I couldn't comment either because I was watching on my PlayStation. I was like, okay. I said, but you could have watched on a PlayStation and commented on your... He's like, oh, but... Yeah, so I understand there's people that, you know, they're just watching and they're not commenting, which I understand that. So thanks to those people as well, you know, the anonymous ones that are just tuning in. And, you know, if there's any people that are... They don't like me and they're still tuning in, then, you know, thanks for that as well. Like I said, magic. You lot, work that out. You can't. You can't work that out. How did he do that? But yeah, seriously though, big up everybody. Everybody. And yeah, we'll be back on soon. And I look forward to those in here that have their channel, you know, watching whatever you lot put out next. But yeah, West Ham v Leeds in the FA Cup. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really care. As long as we get the 3 points in the league. Come on, look at all the cross arm. Look at that. That is perfect. It's like a work of art. But yeah, thanks everyone, man. And I will see you all soon.